भेजदे रातों डार क्यों याद हो तुसी हसदे रो परदेसी हो थोड़े नाल बसे पंजाब हो तुसी हसदे रो परदेसी हो
जैसे कि हमारा प्रोग्राम है, हमारा कार्यक्रम है, हम इस कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत पावन ज्योति के प्रज्वलित करने से करेंगे। हमारे मध्य सम्माननीय ए राजगोपालन जी पहुंचे हुए हैं, तो प्लीज़ मैं चाहूँगा वो मंच पर आएं और ज्योति प्रज्वलित कर कर इस मंच को पवित्र कर दें। सो प्लीज़ पुट योर हैंड टुगेदर फॉर मिस्टर ए राजगोपालन। प्लीज़ पुट योर हैंड टुगेदर।
Jeg håber, I kan lide programmet her i dag, som vi har til jer.
Okay. Please put your hand together. आज हमारे मंच पर प्रज्वलित हुई है, कई सालों तक ऐसे ही प्रज्वलित रहे। सो अब आपके सामने सम्माननीय श्री ए राजगोपालन जी आपको संबोधित करेंगे। सो प्लीज वेलकम मिस्टर ए राजगोपालन।
We are gathered today to celebrate 62 years of India's independence, which has meant freedom from foreign rule and their dictates. India has, since these 62 years, the right to make its own decisions, which also implies India has to live with the consequences of such decisions. No more can we blame someone else for things that go wrong with us. Those days are over. The India of that time was just a jumble of peoples of varying religions, castes and tribes, languages so different from each other that intercommunication was near impossible, except for the high educated elite who could speak to each other in English, the language of those colonial rulers. These differences were severe enough to risk breaking up of the country, which had been given a geographic boundary but was not yet a nation, merely a state. But we had great leadership, which, while having been in the forefront of that fight against England, yet had the wisdom to learn from them some qualities which have since bound us all together, and indeed we are there now. We are a nation which by definition demands a loyalty above and beyond those of all those differences which have divided us. We have learned true democracy, which requires rule by the people and for the people. And a large part of our peoples who more or less have adopted English as their day-to-day language English is now also in one with the other 24 or so. I would take this opportunity to pay tribute to the leadership of that time, and very especially Mahatma Gandhi and to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who made all that possible. Their wisdom saved us, and India will owe them an eternal gratitude. Much more, much more, which needs doing. Above all, such poverty needs to be eliminated. Education has to be made available to one and all. Discrimination on grounds of circumstances of birth has to be totally eradicated. But India is on the way, stumbling en route. But democracy requires compromises, negotiation, convincing of opponents, etc. As always, that is a never-ending process. India is a society more splintered and non-homogeneous than any other. Speed. Today, we have a Sikh Prime Minister, one of the very best we ever had. One on grounds of religion, caste, gender, etc., etc. One special word. We all live in foreign countries. That places an additional duty on us towards India. There is much positive in such lands which we can and need to copy in India, and India will benefit from them. Also in the European Union, old enmities have been forgotten, which have contributed greatly to the happiness of the peoples of the European Union. There needs to be such a union of nations in our region. Old enmities to be forgotten, and the public welfare to be uppermost in the minds of us all. It's a duty for each of us to ponder over all this and contribute whatever we can. All the world over is a result of such unrestrained greed. It is time for me to close. In so doing, let me quote a verse from a poem which used to haunt me in the earlier days of my depression. It is in Urdu, not a language to be expected from a person of my Tamil origin. But that in itself is an indication how united India is. In passing, may I mention, this was taught to me